Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is Mousesteps Weekly, episode number 16.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Winter Garden, Florida.
And Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency in Kissimmee, Florida.
And we're going to be starting with Jane, who was at the International Gateway.
Yes, lots of characters to begin this week's show. And again, this was a surprise character. When we went to Epcot that day, we had no idea we would be seeing Jane.
We actually had two surprise characters. This is one of the areas that surprise characters are in. The International Gateway is a popular spot.
Right. And who did we see last time that was a rare character? Do you remember? I think we were on the hunt for a character. Merida. Right. Merida was rare, also
though.
there.
And then Cruella was here, too.
Yes, Cruella. I think Cruella is there because it's almost Halloween.
Actually,
it'll be Halloween time
both
soon.
of them that are there because it's almost Halloween.
Now, Cruella has a little mean streak there. She sees a rabbit in the grass. She came out
looking for bunnies. She said she was looking for bunnies.
Right. And she actually found a real one. I like she says it's wabbit season.
And she finds it, and
the rabbit smartly runs off.
Fortunately, there were no rabbit coats to be made that
yes,
day.
no rabbit coats. But it's very cool to see Cruella and somebody like Jane in an unexpected place when, it's a nice kind of surprise.
And there she is.
There she is. And it was hot that day, too.
It was hot.
So then we had heard from the character attendants that perhaps Tarzan would be at Animal Kingdom.
But we never found him.
No, but we found Pocahontas instead.
And we've never talked to her before, so...
Right. I felt bad, though, like, poor Pocahontas was our second choice, but...
I thought she was good.
She was good. It was nice to see. I mean, we've never talked to Pocahontas.
No.
So...
she was looking for... She had no idea where Miko was.
Right. I asked her about Miko. She said Miko was tearing through the trash, so... Yes.
And yesterday we were at Epcot and had more surprise.
More surprise. It was Baloo.
There was Baloo. I don't think you have a shot just showing all of the different characters that were there. This is just some of them.
Right. There was a ton of characters. There was also Pooh. You're seeing
Pluto,
Donald now.
right.
Pluto.
Winnie you said Pooh.
I said Pooh. Right. But there's the head cheese, the big cheese, Mickey himself. And he was greeting all the way down.
And because he
alley.
Was in the back, there weren't so many people down there, so many guests down there.
What a great surprise. So bye, Mickey. Thanks for joining us.
We only had like 5 minutes with them.
Oh, there's an old Universe of Energy comic showing my age.
And this is a little vintage segment showing our friend Ryan Richardson right now meeting Pluto. All the characters will have their disco space looking suits on.
Yes, remember this was 1987, so it's a blast from the past, but it's kind of cool to see the characters. At first, if you don't know, when Epcot first opened, the only characters in the park were Dreamfinder and Figment, but they quickly figured that they had better bring the classic characters in, and this was their first answer, these rainbow type space.
They look like Tomorrowland type outfits.
Yes. And this is very cool. This is some rare footage of the Epcot Center Daredevil Circus Spectacular, which was very short-lived.
And I never saw it, even though I've been going to Epcot since it opened. I hadn't even heard about this till a number of years ago.
Yeah, I think when I first showed you these old pictures, I said, do you remember when elephants were at Epcot
and
the fountain?
And I never saw it.
So I had the evidence. It was pretty weird seeing giant elephants walking around World Showcase and circus performers. But the coolest thing was these motorcycles on wires. There's one right there. And they actually drove up these wires that were attached to Spaceship Earth way up high. It was so weird to see motorcycles.
I would have liked to have seen it. And this was from October 1987 till March 1988. It was supposed to go for a year, but it didn't.
And there's the entrance for that. So that was our vintage segment. Last week we also took a trip to Theme Park Connection. Actually, we were there to do an event with our friend Ron Schneider, again the original Dreamfinder.
And that was a real sign right there from Journey into Imagination.
Yes, that's correct. That was from the original attraction. And this, I think, was what they used to make the pin. And there is
we
our
are.
motley crew of of friends. There.
Ron looks excited to be with us. And that was a guy brought in a little Lego Dreamfinder.
Yeah, it's the
I think he made
Dreamfinder
it.
with the Dreamfinder. So we had a really good time. There's our friend Dan with Ron. He was looking forward to meeting Ron, and these were our friends, the Beardens.
Yeah, from Mickey Updates.
Mickey Updates. They have a podcast as well, and so
And
yeah.
I look like I'm crowding you there.
Well, there wasn't a lot of space at the
No.
table, but we had a very successful show and selling Ron's book and our DVD. So check it out if you haven't yet. And here's a little look around the shop. These are props from John Carter. And I think there's also some, these are props from Pirates of the Caribbean. I think Pirates 3 or Pirates 4. I don't remember exactly. And this is 20,000 Leagues items. There is a porthole.
And there's a swan boat. Well, part of a swan boat.
Right, one of the original swan boat front fixtures. So there's always something cool to be seen in Theme Park Connection. These are some Horizons props, which we've seen in the past, and they have not sold yet. So it's nice that they're still there.
It is. It's sort of like a little museum whenever you go to Theme Park Connection.
And this is something I would like.
I totally miss it. It's like, how do I miss it? There's this big.
That's an actual TV. It includes the television. That would match what we have in our.
I saw the egg. I didn't see the.
Our bedroom has an old vintage Polynesian merchandise.
And this was the most exciting thing for me there because I've seen it so often. This Mickey
at the
in
Yacht
the boat
Club,
at the Yacht Club.
Disney's Yacht Club Resort.
And I've been wondering where he was. He's in Theme Park Connection.
So they didn't replace it with a new boat or anything.
Not
right? It's
the
just
last
gone?
time. The last time I looked, he wasn't there.
I wonder if that thing is seaworthy.
I don't think so.
So anyway, it was a great time, and we're always happy to go and check out Theme Park Connection. And just yesterday
we booked Be Our Guest Restaurant.
Yeah, we have one of the very early reservations, so we can check it out.
It opens on November 19th, and from what I understand, pretty much all of November and December are now sold out.
Yeah, we were only on the phone for about a half an hour, so we got lucky.
I know
were
people
other friends.
hours trying to get through.
So what do you know about this Be Our Guest place? I know you've done some research into it.
Well, we're seeing Chef Deerdorf. He's been 25 years helming Disney restaurants, including Alani.
I think his last assignment was Alani.
Right. And now he's at Be Our Guest Restaurant. And the inside has 3 different dining rooms, including, they call it the Mysterious West Wing, and then the ballroom. And it kind of reminds me of when I stayed at Cinderella's castle suite, just in
some
ornamentation.
Of the architecture. Didn't they say there was going to be snow falling that you could see?
Right, one of them has like snow falling you could see from the windows, which is the room I would prefer, I think.
And you're looking at some images that Disney put out, showing little glimpses inside the restaurant. So we are very excited. We can't wait to check it out.
It sounds like a little more of an upscale type restaurant as far as the menu, with items such as the rotisserie rock hen, thyme-scented pork rack chop. It's very ambitious for the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, so I would recommend trying it early, or at least in the first year,
right,
before things change to a less ambitious.
But
perhaps.
We'll see. I hope guests will embrace the menu. I mean, I think Walt Disney World needs a more diverse restaurants.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm glad we were able to get in for that first day. So we also took two trips to Epcot to see what was new. We hadn't been there in a while, and so that's what this next segment will be about.
Well, the first one is when we saw the other characters. The first characters, Jane and Cruella.
And there is little work being done for the Food and Wine Festival.
Looking forward to that. And this is a shirt. Disney had taken away a shirt that just showed beer.
Yeah, it was the same
wine.
shirt, exactly the same shirt, without the food.
But this one is more of a junior shirt, more of a women's shirt.
And we also stopped at, it used to be Ice Station Cool, Club Cool.
I always call it Ice Station
And here
Cool.
is evidence that Beverly is the most popular drink. See which one has the most wear in the push
It's only because of jokes.
I say
it's for the joke.
Beverly is the most popular drink. We also stopped at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Looks like they're putting in some of the new Next Gen's
getting ready.
Right. And
because that's always like a 5-minute wait. I'm not sure they need it.
Well, but you still have to plan for the busy times.
And this is one of the first signs for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, first image we've seen. One of our favorite places is Germany, and we stopped to take a look and see if there's anything new in the store.
And there was, and there's new shirts, and we'll show a couple of older shirts, but there's like 5 different character shirts there now, including Mickey and Donald and Chippendale
Sort
and
of like
Goofy.
the beer garden
Right,
performers.
in the band.
I love that shirt. I will own that shirt.
And Donald loses his lucky pickle.
With Chip and Dale, which is always cool to
And
see.
this is a little older of a shirt. This is a number of months old. This one and the Grumpy, I know it's little German, but they're great shirts, and you can't find them anywhere else.
I think this is one of the cooler countries for these shirts,
and
character shirts.
I'm not sure if Goofy's looking at the girl or the pretzel.
And another thing we have not seen, but we finally did see, is Dr. Doofenshmirtz or something like that.
I've only seen the Phineas and Ferb Christmas special.
Right. So, but that's from the Phineas and Ferb game. We've only tried it once, so it was nice to see a better, some more added things.
Right. We did it in Japan.
So next we stopped at Italy.
And Italy also has some great character merchandise, new character merchandise, including these aprons that have Donald and Goofy on them.
By the way, her hands are going.
My hands are going. I love new, unique merchandise.
Right.
Unique is the word. And here is Goofy on a clock.
I mean, that would be a nice kitchen clock. We may have to get one for our kitchen.
And there's artwork and
Here's
magnets.
a similar one with Donald.
I like that one too. I'm not sure which ones I would want the most. And I think there's spoon rests
and Dante.
Al dente.
Yes, that too.
And these are cutting boards. There's several different kinds of cutting boards and
coasters. I think those are coasters.
And they felt like ceramic coasters and magnets.
So tons of cool new cooking accessories.
And Mickey Mouse is Topolino that's his name in Italy. And you can see Mickey and Minnie, Viva Topolino.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's pretty cool.
And that's a bag. That's the only item that I saw.
So next we went to the American Adventure, and they have some topiary stars out front, which is new to us anyway.
New to us, yeah. We hadn't been there in a couple of weeks.
And they started to get ready for illuminations. We just happened to see that. More prep
for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival.
Right, more prep going on. And of course we stopped at the bakery in France.
Yes.
Because it's your birthday.
Almost.
Tomorrow. And we needed to have some pastry.
So we split one. But they're getting ready also. This is going to be an ice cream parlor. I think by the end of the year, they're working on the expanded bakery.
Yeah, it'll be much bigger. Won't it have 2 stories of bakery goodness? And this thing was fantastic.
And they call it a Napoleon here. I forget what it's called in France because I used to get one every morning. But
you can see the gift shop is pretty much cut in half. They moved the Kid Cot. I don't even know where the Kid Cot is. But the whole area, you used to be able to eat in there, but it's obviously they're working. Yes. And
a little less merchandise, it seems like, also.
There's just not a lot of room right now, but I'm sure it'll be back in its new extra large
Well, I'm looking
format.
forward to it. I think that's a real plus for Epcot. It's a popular place and often has a line.
But the most exciting news of the week, the big news of all,
this is not big
is
news.
the future. This is the future Epcot right here. We don't know what it is.
I know. I was like,
but
let's take that picture.
The future of Epcot is now. The future is alive.
It's about 5 foot by 5 foot or less.
It's going to be big.
It's
so just write in your thoughts. So that's another show. Thanks everyone for watching.
And our sponsors are Theme Park Connection in Winter Garden, Florida.
And Maple Leaf Tickets, Kissimmee. Thanks again. Bye now.